So that's totally up to you and it's personal. And if you don't enjoy what you are doing, just explore what are the options you have from the things that you have learned so far. Because you can't turn back and you can't say that you don't enjoy the academics and afterwards you won't be having any options, right?
In society believes that IT jobs, especially jobs in the IT field, there's a huge amount of IT job in the field. So the pressure, the workload is so stressful. So they have no like work-life balancing and so on.
Engineers, then machine learning engineers, then software engineers in data science, and there are like vast array of roles that you can venture into. But how they differ is from
Hello everyone, welcome you for a friendly conversation with a new acquaintance brought to you as quality with a non-stranger. So as you all know, I am Dithmeena Egodagamage from Rodrigo Club of University of Colombo, and this is our 6th episode and we are thrilled to have an amazing new guest for our podcast. So as you all are just excited to meet her, we are also. So let's jump right in. So get ready everyone, because today we have an amazing personality with us. So please welcome the amazing Miss Dilky Felsinger. Hi. So we are thrilled to have her in our episode of Quality with a Non-Stranger, and we are sure that we will provide, she will share with you an amazing experiences she had while she was in the university. So talking about her, Dilky is a talented data scientist currently working at Authentic Private Limited, a company that specializes in providing high-performing consultants and team in development, design, data scientists, and product management. So yeah, let's hear her story from this episode. So hi Dilky, how are you today?
hello, I'm doing great. I hope that all of you all are doing good as well. Yeah.
Alright, so I just gave a quick introduction about you, right? So we would like to get to know you more. So can you do a bit more
About myself, so you pretty much told everything. So I am from UCSC and I did venture out into data science from computer science after graduating, and I currently worked at Authentic for Swedish clients mainly. And yeah, I have been volunteering since my university days, and now having a much of a peaceful time, having some time for myself actually, I would say. Yeah.
Alright, so how is life treating you these days?
These days, okay, as I said, so I was a very busy person during uni and didn't have time for myself. So like for my wellness or maybe for my personal interests, so and so forth. So now I'm like bit backed up and backing up and stepping back and just thinking about those things, just to make sure that I lead a balanced life. So that's what I mainly do these days. Less stressful than uni, of course, and work is manageable. So yeah.
Alright, so that's great. So as you told, you were busy being in your university days. How would you describe your university experience?
It was great, and I wouldn't say like I was like the rest of the people. I had a small clique of friends, and I used to stick to them during my university days, and they were the most supportive and I don't know, most amazing friends that one could get in their lifetime. So yeah, we had fun during university days, and it was bit stressful, and we had to juggle between many things during university days. So it was a overall good experience, and I did regret that we got COVID and had to stay at home. So yeah, all in all, it was good.
Yeah, fantastic. So, in your university time, you mentioned you did some volunteering.
Yeah.
So, did you join some clubs or did any sport activities? Can you share a bit about it?
So how would I describe it? So you can do volunteering anywhere you want, right? So I was a road tractor, I would say that, because I'm like stepping back a bit now from all the volunteering that I was doing, but during the university days, I was at my peak in my volunteering life. I was a road tractor at a community-based club since I finished my A levels. And during my university days, I served there as well. I had different roles in different years. And here at the university, I mainly went with the Catholic students movement. But of course, that's not everyday praying, but we had many charity stuff, then professional development projects, and so on. And at UCSC, I just stick to one club, that is IEEE Computer Society, where we organize this machine learning hackathon and so on. That was the volunteering I did at UCSC. It was like a lot here and there. It was not at university. Like the whole thing was not at university. Yes.
Alright, so did you do any sport or anything?
No, I am not a sporty person. So yeah.
Right.
No.
So those are some great things that you have done, great memories that you have collected. So thinking back to your university days, there should have some highlights of your academics. So some good and bad memories, some crazy stories to share.
Alright. Regarding academics. So I did ICT for my A levels. Venturing into UCSC, like the transition into UCSC from school was like bit smooth than others, I would say, because the first year you can like easily manage the first year if you have like done IT. That would definitely be an advantage, but I'm not saying that you cannot catch up, but of course you can. But for me, it was like a smooth transition. And then about academics, so I was consistent, I would say, like because I had many things to juggle, so I made sure that I complete all my academics before I move on to anything else and invest my time in. So I would say I was consistent, and if I had assignments or if I had lectures, I made sure that my day is planned accordingly so that I can give my first priority to academics. And then that was the first 2 years. That was like smooth. I was consistent, and it did help a lot during when it comes to exams. So you don't have to stress about like catching up all the missing lectures and stuff like that. So yeah, and during the third year, it was online, so I had time because I had to stop all the other work and be at home, so it was mainly online. Then I got time to like self-learn, like follow online courses and explore what I could do with my academics, and then again like to figure out what kind of internship that I am going to focus on. So that period helped me a lot because I was at home. So that was a bit challenging. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was challenging to figure out at first. But then I got so used to like following online courses and trying out different projects on my own. So that's where I ventured into data science during my third year. Until then, I had no clue that I was going to do data science. And then fourth year, we were back at uni, and then talking about my internship, it was on machine learning, and it was a really great experience. It was online, but that company made really sure that we are getting the max out of it. So it was a success, I would say. All the self-learning and all the stuff that I did during COVID. And then fourth year was the research. It was definitely challenging, and you have to like first of all, from choosing a problem itself is a task, and then you have to convince the evaluators also that you have contributed to the knowledge. So that was a hard part, but yeah, I think I was consistent throughout because I don't like to like pile up my work basically. Yeah, research was a bit challenging because I had some tough evaluators. That's why, mainly because of that. Yeah, everything else was good. So basically, I tried to I learned how to unlearn and learn during my university life. That is like really helpful when you are coming into industry also.
Yeah, right, nice. So, do you have any like sweetest memory that you fond of in university?
Yeah, like we used to like bunk lectures a bit, and we had this studious friend always who goes to lectures on time and stuff. So we were like 10 minutes late, and then we decided we will go out for a movie. And then we had to go into the lecture room and drag our friend out from the lecture room to go to the movie. So like those are the fun memories that I have during my university life. Yeah.
So those memories are the only things that you have. Like,
Yeah, of course, not the things that you study.
Yes, of course. So, as many of us have asked about our career aspirations in a young age, you mentioned that you have no clue that you will go into the data scientist. But
Yeah.
when you were little, what was your ambition and how did you end up here as a data scientist?
I don't remember what I really wanted to be when I was small, but when I had to choose my subjects for A levels, I knew for sure that I would go for IT. Like I would choose IT mainly because I don't know. I like the thinking patterns. I like the questions that I would get in the paper, basically. More than the other subjects. So I went ahead, and then I could score well at the exam. And then computer science mainly I chose because like this, when I inquire from the people that who have that like done IT, like they were like differentiating. Okay, you learn computer science, then that would be good for your future. Then you can choose anything you want. Like very generic answers I got. So I anyway ended up at UCSC. So there I would say. The first 2 years, no, in the second year you have to do the project, right? That's a development project. You have to do it from scratch and stuff. I didn't enjoy that at all. That's where I realized development is not the thing for me. I like exploring. I like something with bit of research and then engineering. Sort of. Development is like mainly engineering. If you are like putting things in order, you like to do that, that's for you. But if you like some surprises along the way, so for someone like me, development was not the thing. That's how I realized it's purely personal. That you don't have to go into like, you can like some people go into QA also. Like if you don't like development, some people go into project management as well. So that's totally up to you, and it's personal. And if you don't enjoy what you are doing, just explore what are the options you have from the things that you have learned so far, because you can't turn back and you can't say that you don't enjoy the academics and afterwards you won't be having any option, right? So that's okay to feel that this is not what I wanted to do, even though it was your ambition when you were small. But think about the things that you have learned so far, and then maybe reach out to mentors, or maybe reach out to your professors at uni, or maybe just simply Google search and see what you can do with whatever you have learned, and then explore it out. Maybe then you can find your passion in that. Yeah.
So moving on with the question. So after the training is over, after the internship was over, how did you got selected for the job?
So as I said, all the data science things I learned, like I self-learned them. And then did some projects while I was at home, and that's how I got into the internship, the machine learning internship. And then it was a comprehensive project that we had to do during those 6 months. And we were able to complete at about 80% of it by the time during the 6 months. So that was a success, and there was many learning curves during the internship. And then I came back to do the 4th year. Then of course during that time I had some edge, because I knew what is machine learning and how those things work. That was a plus point when I was choosing my research, because I didn't have to learn all the fundamentals of building a data science project, and I could easily integrate HCI into machine learning. So that was okay for me. Then I did the research also. After that, how I got into Authentic was basically everything I did, I was able to build some sort of a portfolio on my CV. And then when I applied to jobs, I of course got some offers. And there was hard time doing many interviews also, but I would say that was what I did. And how I crafted my CV, showcasing them was definitely an advantage for me to get at least an interview. And Authentic, they were searching for someone, I would say, who knows fundamentals well, because in data science it's the hype, so you have many tools to accomplish your task, but one could not know the inside workings of it. So companies are really looking for someone who knows their fundamentals and why you are doing this, why you are taking this specific approach. That's where I was tested, and I could get through that. So then that's how I got the job in data science. Yeah.
Okay. So other than Authentic Private Limited, to go as a data scientist, what are the other companies that our countries, the people who graduated, can choose for this kind of?
For this industry, I would say if you are going into data science, I would say don't be biased to a company. Rather than look at the opportunity or the job posting and see if it matches your skills, and the job responsibilities are the things that you want to learn from your job. That's what matters basically. I wasn't looking at Authentic specifically, but even though that was my choice at the end, I was basically looking for a data scientist role. So in data science, you have data analysts, data engineers, then machine learning engineers, then software engineers in data science, and there are a vast array of roles that you can venture into. But how they differ is from the job responsibilities that you have to engage on. So I know some colleagues of mine, they like development alongside with a touch of machine learning. So they are software engineers. They don't want to call themselves data scientists. So I wouldn't say don't look at companies. You might really like a company, and you are lucky if you have your goals aligned with the job responsibilities that you have in the company you like the most. But instead of that, look at the job descriptions, see if it matches you and it matches your aspirations, and then go for it, rather than looking at a company basically. Because in the IT industry, every company is good, so you can't say that you have this company is bad, this company is good, so we are going here, this and that. So yeah, go for it. check out the job descriptions and match with your aspirations, basically.
All right, so that's a great advice for our undergraduates to have. So yeah, and normally many people in the society believe that IT jobs, normally jobs in the IT field, there's a huge amount of IT people in the job in the field. So the pressure, the workload is so stressful. So they have no like work-life balancing and so on. So is it the same with your job role? Is it that stressful as others?
The simple answer is no. Maybe that was the case like 5-6 years back when we had the IT boom in Sri Lanka. I would say like jobs can be stressful, but nowadays like employers really make sure that you have that work and outside life, that balance, and allow us to like have our personal lives managed also. So I think in any role, like be it data science, be it software engineering, I think nowadays it's not the case, and you really have time to manage everything, like any aspect of your life. And about being really stressful, even though like I would say like employers do provide that, but sometimes when you have some task assigned us, the people like really tend to like finish it off by like really being stressed about it and then try to finish it off soon and stuff like that. So that's a bad practice, I would say, because in companies you have planning meetings, you can say that you can deliver this amount of work at this amount of time. So at least at Authentic, that's up to me to decide how I am going to deliver and how much I can deliver during a certain time. So have good measures about yourself and how much work you can handle during a certain period of time, so that you won't be stressed about your job, because your job is just a part of your life, so that's not the whole life, like yeah. So that's why I'm saying be really measure how much work that you can do within a certain period of time and communicate that with your employer. Often they will understand, and they will of course provide with you all the necessary facilities and flexibility to engage in the other things in your life also. So it is not stressful as it perceived to be in the last few years, but there are some unfortunate incidents also, but it's up to you to like decide how you are going to take it, how you are going to balance your life.
Alright, great. So moving on with the question, you must have some expectations when you join this position, right?
Yeah.
So what were your expectations, and what is your expectations for the future? Can you share a bit about that?
Oh, all right. So my expectations was like I mentioned before, I wanted some research stuff. Like I wanted some exploring, and then I wanted some engineering. So it was a mix that I expected, because I didn't want my work to be monotonous. So basically in data science, in business, how it works is the business owner has some business idea and they want to validate if AI can really deliver it, or maybe AI is not needed at all. So that so for us, the data scientists, it's our responsibility to explore and research how we can deliver it if using AI, or maybe if it is not needed, then we should be able to like really discuss with the customer, look, you don't need AI for this, but instead we can have some algorithm that we could utilize. So that's basically my job role, the essence of my job. So expectations I had was doing exactly that. So I think I got what I expected, and moving forward with the projects, I think I might, like, my future expectations is like learn more about machine learning engineering, because no matter how you build it, like you can build 1,000 proof of concepts, but if you can't integrate it into your existing customer system, then that is of no use. So you really need to have knowledge on how to design machine learning systems, and basically machine learning, how to engineer machine learning systems, how to basically plug your machine learning component into the particular system that the customer has. So not really an expectation, but those are like the things that I expect to learn as I'm moving forward in the future. So yeah, what I expected is there, and what I expect is that.
Alright, so we also hope that you will find your expectations in the future. Think about your position, what are the good things and what are bad things about your position?
Good things. So since I like this, everything seems good to me. I like exploring, I like researching, and then I would say basically I like the process. The bad things, I wouldn't say it's bad, but how would I put that? It's not bad, it's kind of challenging, because you have to try about let's say like many approaches to find out what works. It's not straightforward like development. So what matches, maybe you have the perfect solution, but you don't have necessary infrastructure to deploy it into. Then you have to scrap that idea and then start all over again. That seems to be daunting at first, but when you get used to it, you know that in your job you have to always fall back, step back, and then start again. It is not bad, but it is challenging, of course. Sometimes it's like about 3 to 4 months of effort is like gone in a while, and then you have to go back to where you started. That's a part of it that is challenging.
Right, so challenges are the things that makes us more stronger.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so I am curious about your answer for this question. So, what is your perspective on is it that it is necessary to be an undergraduate? It is necessary to graduate, or have a diploma or degree to be successful, to polish up skills, to have a good salary? What is
My perspective. That of course depends on that. Of course depends on how someone perceives about their life and what they want to get out of their life, right? You can't really say that you need degrees or diplomas to be successful, because there are like plenty of people who doesn't have anything but they are like really successful. But of course that depends on how you measure your success also. Like how I measure success might not be the way you measure success. You might seek happiness, and someone might seek the highest salary, even though the job is, or the whatever you are doing is daunting and it's very stressful. They find their happiness in the money that they get. That might be the case. Or someone might not be, even though if their work is enjoyable, they would be satisfied with a low salary. So my perspective is that depends on that's very personal actually. So that depends on how you measure success, what success means to you, and your aspirations, what you want to do with your life, basically. So I wouldn't say that degrees are not needed. That of course gets us to a really good place as a person who is like having a really good advantage of it. I wouldn't say like scrap off all that academic credentials. No, that's not the case. But it's very personal. That depends on what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, alright, fantastic. So this is a common question. So if you get to switch life with any other person for a day, like being in their shoes for a day, who would it be and why? What is the reason?
Switch with someone else.
Yeah.
Alright. I would switch lives with my fiance because he does shipping, and it's not the thing that we do, and I think it belongs to essential services. You have to go to office every day. You have to wake up early morning and so on, and then you have to be really stressed out because if your goods aren't delivered on time, the ship or the aircraft will fly. So that's some daunting task to me. So I would like to switch to that life and see how it works. Yeah, basically that. Yes.
Right, great. So, as for the next question, what would you have to say for those who are currently undergraduates, those who are trying to get out of the university and join the industry?
Mm-hmm.
What are the advices, what are the things that you want to give with them?
First one is be consistent with your studies. That means do something every day. So I have had friends who had like do the whole thing just the night before the exam. Maybe you are that type of a person, but practice consistency. Like then you can have, like you can achieve. Let's say do something small within an hour during the day, then it compile throughout the semester. It would be easy for you when it comes to exams or when it comes to projects or anything that you do. So be consistent with your academics and try to have everything in place so that you don't have to like really panic when it comes to exams. That's the first advice that I would like to give. And the second one, always be open to step back. You might realize this is not the thing for you, and you might regret that why did I end up here. But always take a step back and think about what you have learned so far, and then maybe you can explore the avenues that you can maybe take on in your career or your academics, even the slightest ones like the subjects, the electives that you have to choose, that may be the case. So always try to step back a bit and think through and then again move forward. That's the second advice I would like to give. And of course, spend some time self-learning, at least something outside of academics, so that it definitely adds some value and you learn to quickly pick up things, because when you venture into industry you have to learn quickly and make it operational. So spend some time self-learning also when you are an undergrad. Yes.
Alright,
Those are three things.
Alright, so those are some great advices as an undergraduate to have. So, as we have come to the end of our conversation, so I would like to hear about your thoughts about this project, the Quality with a Non-Stranger. What are your thoughts? Is there any feedback or suggestions for us?
I enjoyed this interview. Thank you for inviting me. It's really good to like speak about one's experience, especially if you are like at UCSC. You would like to like have seniors talk about their lives, and maybe some people might have role models who are their seniors also. So this is of course an advantage to undergrads, have a small watch and get something out of it if you have anything. Yeah, that was a good experience, and good luck with continuing the rest of the episodes also.
Alright, so that is the end of our this episode. So let me tell you like how grateful for us to have you in this episode in our podcast Quality with a Non-Stranger. Actually, you were like fantastic. You were sharing your experiences and everything. So your presence made us made this episode a success. So thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your experiences and insights with us. So thank you for joining this episode.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Right. So we hope that our audience also enjoyed our conversation. So thanks for tuning up for Quality with the Non-Stranger podcast series episode 6, brought to you by Rotary Club of University of Columbus School of Computing. And we can't wait to bring you another amazing personality from our next episode. So if you want to know that who is that gonna be, please subscribe to our channel and like and leave a comment for this episode. And be sure to come back next week to get to know another known personality. So we will be back soon. Until then, stay curious.